Take your time.
Okay, if we get to do this again next week, I'm just gonna basically just do what we normally do because I feel. Oh, okay, we're back on. Sorry.
Does that affect the original one, or
no?
Does it continue up?
It's it's gonna affect the original. I'll just basically say, hey guys, sorry. Okay, just to clarify, there's just a problem with my stream as usual. My internet's just kind of crap. But just in case I cut out again, let's just continue on quickly. There is one thing I wanted to say. Gibbs, you knew Clems, correct? Like, not personally, but you've seen his content, correct? Knight? I meant Knight. Knight, not you.
Oh.
Knight.
No, I'm not really too familiar with him.
I've seen a lot of his content, and I do enjoy it. So I was kind of lucky that I might be able to get him on for a podcast for hopefully sometime next year.
Decoration.
Ew.
We do know
Marcus,
we can hear your family in the background.
They're my in-laws. They don't count.
In-laws, always the fun one. But anyway, back to the point where we're just going to say. So, yeah, the trilogy is just basically fun, isn't it? Just crazy. It's not good by any stretch of the imagination because I felt like Rey encumbers everything I find a problem with Disney's female protagonists.
Mm-hmm.
Too perfect.
Too overpowered.
Too overpowered.
It's not that. No, that is. You got to think about like I think it's journalists, but because all they want is like strong and brave.
Oh, those are not good. Those are not characteristics of just a good character. Character strong or brave doesn't make he or she good. What makes them good, and this is my personal thing because I'm writing a book and I have taken a lot of inspiration from other writers. You gotta give the character flaws, and flaws. That is what I feel it encumbers a good character. The flaws in the character.
Isn't her flaw like she's, I don't know, the granddaughter of Palpatine or something? So
that doesn't.
Like she has basic lightning abilities. Does that count?
No, that doesn't count. What I would count is if she had like personalities. If she actually had something to her instead of just being so Mrs. Perfect.
She base boosted a ship with lightning. I laugh. That's funny.
Yeah, it's funny because of how ridiculous it is.
Remember when it took like Sith decades to learn how to properly use Force lightning, and she just conjured up like a perfect stream, and like I was like, hold up a second. Let me go back here. Force lightning it's a very highly specialized Sith ability that requires multiple years of dedication and training, and she just whipped it out. She just like pointed and just shot. I'm like, wow. I guess you could say, well, she's a prodigy in the Force, so she can do whatever she wants. Yeah, and also, Force lightning has corruption abilities,
Yeah, I know that part.
So imagine if that, was a factor. Like, imagine she just used it. She's like, I'm using it for the greater good, but it made her start to turn more sinister. Like, that would have been cool.
Yeah, but sadly, in Disney's mandate means you're not allowed any weakness for female character.
There was a fan theory, I think, before I think Walt Disney was in development of the film, there was going to have Rey turn evil.
Hey, I want that.
That would have been good. It would have put in a good dichotomy, a struggle, a flaw in her character, saying, yeah, I want to be good, but the temptations of evil are far too strong. Nope, they just tossed that out the window.
And she had like a brief moment of like scary face when like she like scared herself when she went like like what's that called, jump scare? She jump scared herself.
No, she saw a dark version of herself, if I remember correctly. She saw like an evil version.
Growled at her. It growled. Wait, I was like, I'm sorry.
No problem. Oh, by the way, how do I ask? Vinland.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for asking this so soon after you've completed those wonderful thumbnails. Thank you very much, by the way. They were perfect. I love the details in all of them.
Yeah, no problem.
But I might require your services one more for one of my future projects I'm doing. So I just thought about letting you know in person, if that's no problem.
Sorry, you cut out a bit there.
I said that I might need your
Are you
skills.
cutting out, man?
Oh God! Can you hear me? Hello? Hello?
Yes,
Yeah,
you're
you get
cutting
that.
out.
Okay, I was gonna say I need your skills once again for a future project.
No, flower turkey. What are you doing?
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
some. If that's all right, your skills are very,
Yeah, that's
very
no problem.
useful. Thank you very much. I will give you the details after the podcast.
Yeah.
But going back to it, you know what would be the funniest thing funniest thing you ever? I would imagine if Square did a Souls like. That
If
would,
what?
So the Square Enix, you know, the creators of Final
Square.
Fantasy, Square's does a Souls like for once.
Would it be like Code Vein, like that whole anime-esque, like super ridiculous type of thing?
I hope not, but knowing Square, probably along those lines. But I thought maybe they'd take something like their Final Fantasy thingy and just make a Souls like out of it, because you know.
No,
I mean, you never know. The new Final
Decent
Fantasy
product.
might come through for us.
Kingdom Hearts, Souls
Right.
like Kingdom Hearts. We got Disney. We got Woody.
They do that
Woody
with
the final
the
boss.
automata,
Huh?
but set on a hardest difficulty. Because I know there's a difficulty where if set on a hardest, it feels more like a Souls game.
I'm currently playing it on the hardest difficulty, but it definitely doesn't feel like a Souls game. What it feels like is that it just basically makes it unfair.
Oh man, that's God of War on Give Me God of War on 2018. Like you just get one shot by like the basic enemies. It's so fun.
That would be
Beautiful.
pretty cool. It'd be pretty cool indeed. Like, then again, I did make the joke of God of Souls when it was when I saw the gameplay for obvious reasons.
Oh,
It
yeah, I
is. It
think
is.
we all did.
It's basically a Souls game. Like in terms of sort of like the combat field. It's not even. They're not even trying to hide it.
Yeah, at this point, that everything's got to be a Souls-like, doesn't it, to sell the money?
Not only that, you know, Sony Santa Monica, the big fans of From Software as well.
Really?
Believe
Yeah,
it.
Coy Barlog said in a tweet a few years ago he's a fan of From Software.
I bet they're pretty happy that maybe they can. Oh, I don't know. But then again, you know the game Doom. Oh, go on, Trooper.
Not only that, they also defended From Software when all the backlash happened for like an easy mode in, I think it was Sekiro.
Of course, because the people who aren't good at video games gotta complain about a no. Give me a second.
What do you mean? Sekiro does have an easy mode.
Oh, wait.
Like spam your firecrackers.
That's true.
Like that's like
Sorry, I'm a little on edge with the
everything.
internet.
Like for example, like Fire Ishin, right? You can like shut him down completely. Oh, you're about to do your like one mine floor fire move. Well, I'm just gonna throw firecrackers in your eyeballs. Okay, stop that.
Can I, speaking of Inshin, I need a little help with something. You know that little move where he puts his sword and does that cross attack?
Ashina Cross.
Yeah. How do you dodge it? I can't seem to figure out any patterns of getting
You
out.
just run away.
Of course.
Run away.
Run
You can
away.
also
You just
sidestep
run away. What you do is you
as well.
run away. He does it, and you just hit him out. You just run back in after he does it.
Of course.
You can also sidestep it as well.
Really? I tried
And
doing
dodge
that.
it if you want. I mean, why not dodge it, but blocking it?
I tried blocking it, and unless I do it perfectly, I do chip damage.
It does chip damage unless you perfectly parry it, but like I said, you can avoid that by just running away. And then, see, that's the thing. A lot of moves that you just run back and then wait for them to do it and then just re-engage if you really don't feel like risking it.
Actually, speaking of it, I managed to beat the guy. Finally. I've only managed to beat him twice now.
Oh, have you done Inner Ishin yet? Inner
Yes.
Ishin's a fun treat.
Yeah, I've been fighting Inner Ishin, and I've only been able to beat him twice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see,
Oh, you're talking about you're talking about the inner Ishin version of the Ashina Cross, where he just like charges like across the entire map.
yeah, I can't seem to dodge that one.
What you do for that one is when he sheaths the sword in the Iaido stance, you just stay up in his face so he does the pommel strike sweep, which is much easier to deal with.
Of course. So as soon as he gets in there, head towards him and then block and dodge, carry him.
And then then parry him and then jump stomp him, because that move's pretty dangerous. So I was about to say, yeah, inner Ishin, just get close to his face when he sheaths, because he's going to do that move instead of the Ashina Cross charge.
Ugh, I hate that Ashina Cross.
That move was fun to do. See, I'm trying to get my footage because I had someone record the Ishin moveset video that I was about to do, but I need to get the footage from him because I don't know what happened to him. So I'm sorry if that hasn't been posted. It should have been posted a while ago, but really upset that I need to find the guy to get my footage so I can actually make it.
No problem.
I'm still sad about it.
Actually, this is actually some old news, but I'm curious, Knight. You know Cleveland from Family Guy?
Yes.
How did you feel that his voice actor is actually retiring for reasons?
Truth be told, I'm not really a big Family Guy
Fair enough.
fanatic. Like, I don't even like the Cleveland show either.
Who doesn't?
My
No one
wife
did.
likes that type of stuff.
No one likes the Cleveland show. That's the thing. But I was just gonna say that.
Or like, I don't know. Like, I shouldn't say I don't know, but the thing with Family Guy.
Basically, what the Cleveland's voice actor this was old news, like a year ago at this point. Basically, he retired because he felt like that he shouldn't voice Cleveland because he's not black. I kind of felt like that's kind of not the point. The character, I thought regardless of your skin color, you should just voice the character. Like, for example, Panty and Stalking and Garterveld. The priest Garterveld was voiced by Chris Sabat, and he did a pretty good job. had I known it wasn't Chris Sabat, I thought it was an actual black guy.
See, but that's the thing though. If you watch My Hero, the bunny hero, right? People are complaining because she wasn't. They thought that she wasn't voiced by a black woman.
She was.
She actually is. Most hilarious thing. Yeah. She's not a black person. I'm like, but guys, she is a black person.
She was African American, and she voiced. Basically, she voiced her.
Oh man, that's the funny thing though. See, personally, when it comes to like being a black person, like I'm not a person who really cares too much if someone says stuff like that. I'm just like, well, you just look stupid. I mean, I'm not get mad at you. You can just be stupid, and I'll just show you the evidence. And, you do what you do.
I've never had the issue. If a black character voices a white person or if a white person voices a black character, all I care about is their performance. Do they do a good job? Yeah. If they do, perfect.
How dare you? How dare you say something that's so
It means
you hurt my feelings.
I try to avoid politics, but sometimes it's unavoidable. I don't know.
Oh no, I'm not genuinely upset. I really could not care less.
I know. It was just that this is something like for my future reviews. If I'm going to review certain things, like there was this series a while back called 8 Cents. Now, it had an interesting little premise of people being connected to one another, regardless of their background or their identity. It had a brilliant premise, but But I wouldn't recommend it. I recently rewatched it again, and I remembered why I didn't like it. The characters really didn't feel authentic in a lot of ways. Like I felt like the writing for the characters was pretty, like one note, stereotypical, or just uninteresting. They had, yeah. I like the idea, but the premise is that it was executed poorly.
Right.
Speaking about politics, right? Doctors has politics. Like in the concept of it.
COVID?
well, there's that, and there's also like the leadership with Gwen, and also Dark Souls 3 as well.
I've been trying to keep my nose out of politics for a little bit because it's just been too stressful for me. Yes, ladies and
I'll
gentlemen.
bring it up.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. When I'm not busy reviewing or posting on Twitter, I can be a little political at times. But I'll keep my politics secret for now. Best thing to keep it secret so I don't, cause problems.
You're not the only one.
Anyway, let's move along the side from the talk of politics to something more cartoony and thing. Sadly, guys, I still haven't had the opportunity to watch Gundam the Iron Blood Orphans. I've been such backlog that I've been rewatching My Hero Academia. Speaking of My Hero Academia, I've been rewatching it just to get my review ready.
I mean, okay, what season are you reviewing? Just one?
Yeah, the way I do it is that I review the first season, and unless there's significant change in the second season, I won't do the second season because I feel like I've made my points for the first season, and then I want people to decide because the first season is the first one people are going to watch, obviously. So I just give up my opinions on whether it's worth watching or not. So that's how I work.
Okay.
Don't expect me to do season 2, 3, and 4. Don't expect me to. Maybe I'll do 2, 3, and 4, but for just the simplicity of my review, because I did Castlevania all 3 seasons, and it took me way longer than I planned. So I'm just gonna scale it back down for a little bit. Unless it's a show I really, 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 really like, I won't be doing like a review that took 15 minutes to do. Plus editing and getting the pictures I need to put said image. So I've been thinking, know my limits, try not to push past them too often. Unless I want to go plus ultra. Yes, I was waiting to say that. Sometimes I wonder, I sometimes think it's just... Anyway, you gotta become... Besides the upcoming video, by the way, mind if I... put it on my YouTube channel for people to see for feedback, if that's okay?
Yeah, sure, that's fine.
I'm asking because I like it and I want to say like, hey, my friend is doing this, so please leave your thoughts on it, and if you can link me to the Kickstarter, I'll happily put it in the chat. Is that cool with you?
I'm fine, but I was about to say, that's when I actually finish it. The trailer's done.
Okay.
This is the Kickstarter that needs to go up.
Well, as soon as the Kickstarter's up and you can give me permission, I'll upload it to my channel and I will make sure to put you on the credits and leave a link to the Kickstarter. So that way it's... go on.
The only thing I would say do differently, don't just upload the video. If you want to do a reaction to it, like reaction to the trailer, I think that would be the best way to do it, because I'm not sure how YouTube is going to say about... Like, it's the same exact file, because it might be the same exact file, so I'd say do somewhere you react to it. If that's possible.
I think, okay, maybe I'll just cosplay and do a reaction to it. Of course, I probably spoiled it already for everyone, but I think my reaction still can be genuine.
Yeah, I think that would be better because, because if you upload the same file, YouTube might be like, this is the same exact file as this. And it might bounce back on both ends, so...
Well, I think for as long...
That's why I'm saying be careful with that.
Fair enough, but for as long as you don't copyright strike me, I think I should be fine. Hopefully.
If you're afraid that I'm going to do that, I mean, a free clout, it's free clout.
It can happen. It can happen. Just saying, my friend.
I guess it could. I mean, I'm trying to think. What reason would I have? I don't know. Do I want... I feel like that's a bad PR move. That's like, wow, you copyright striking. We're not going to fund you now to make this animation project. You already scummy.
Oh, it's just me being cheeky. But yeah, I'll do a reaction to it. That shouldn't take me too long to do. Unlike, say, other things. Oh, good.
Perk, I wanted to ask something as well. Yeah, I've also got experience in coding. I've also done game design, and I've also done storyboarding a few years ago, because I did an apprenticeship using game design. Yeah, at the moment I'm just like learning a bit more about coding. Is what I'm doing.
Ooh.
C plus. There's loads. There's also the game engines. So like Unreal 5, there's Unreal 4, and there's the Java engine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which I'm still learning about.
Ooh. I don't know.
Yeah,
That sounds
I'll
really
just
cool.
tell you anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Well, tell me any ideas if you need me for like reference for like any moves and stuff. I could just be like, look, yo, this is a broadsword combo.
Also,
This is a longsword combo.
if you need me for like editings or proofreading, I'm more than happy to also lend my hand.
Yeah, okay.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I'm more than happy enough to put some proofreading down. I may not be. I'm still like. For those who don't know, I'm also writing a little book on my side project. So that's what I'm. So I'm been taking a little bit extra care on how I do my writing. So. So I've been just. Hey, I'm old enough that I can think I can write a decent story.
You giving me all of these candy canes?
I haven't told you guys. I think I've only told you guys and also Smowtown as well.
Smowtown.
Now.
I really wish he would be on. I'd love to have him on the podcast, but he's busy and he's got some personal problems.
Oh, yeah. Too far speak to him quite a bit, to be fair. He's also from Edinburgh as well.
So he's a fellow Brit.
Yeah.
Too many of them.
There's quite a few British Soulsborne streamers here anyway.
That's nice to know. But then again, I live in Portugal, so... So it's not really that difficult for me, honestly. It's just basically just trying to figure out how... Like, I've been thinking... You know... Go on, Trooper.
It's pretty ironic, isn't it? Like, you got From Software that create like a Western game, but also got like Western Soulsborne creators from England.
Right. Ye old England, ye old Souls creators.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, I actually also think this would be a good opportunity because, you see, clips, you know how I've been talking about my whole comparison the Souls to the Draconeer series, blah, 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 blah. He's an expert on the Draconeer series, and I'm pretty good with the Souls series, so he might be pretty good to collab with in the future if I ever do my thing.
You just have to reach out to people, honestly.
I know, but for me, I'm always a little nervous because this is a small podcast. Let's be honest, it's tiny. And I'm always nervous that basically they'll say no. And I know you should just say, if they say no, they say no. It's no issue. But it's just the feeling that, they say no, I feel like I've got egg on my face.
I mean, you got us here. So that's something.
That's true. And
I felt the same before when I was working with Smart and also the Law Hunter.
I'd like to him have
I worked with him and Jake Lash and Hollow on the Soulsborne. It was like it was like a law series we done.
If he's, I'm always happy enough to help him with that. Again, I'm more than happy enough to help with anything if it helps me as well. I got to make sure it's a mutual beneficial, not just one-sided. I work in the way that if it helps all of us, it works for me.
That's true. Not that it benefits everyone as well.
Well, maybe if it doesn't always benefit, but maybe at least one participant is happy, then maybe I can be happy. I'll be happy too.
Right.
It's just sometimes you gotta be careful. It's just sometimes you just have that gotta work up the nerves just to say, hey, can I need help with this project, and you're the said expert in said thing. It's like nervous for me.
Right.
Now to self, make sure to edit these 2 videos later. This is gonna be fun. Or I could just leave them as 2 separate parts and just thick and learn from my mistakes this time.
Right.
Yep. Anyway, move on. Let's get. Wait, Trooper, you've played Nier Automata now?
Yeah, I played it years ago.
Oh, sorry. I must be.
No, it's okay.
I just forget about certain things, and I make myself look like a fool sometimes.
Oh, no, it's okay.
Vinland, you've been really quiet here. Do you have anything you want to add on to this? I feel like I've been a bit hogging the chat.
No, that's all right. I just haven't had a whole lot to add, really. I kind of feel bad about that.
It's no worries. Sometimes even I can think. So, it's just been, let's be honest, guys, it's been a very hectic week for all of us. And then scratch that, a hectic year for all of us. The pandemic.
For sure.
The pandemic, other problems. It's just been, and the destruction of society has been very unstable and broken these days. So, all I can say is that we can hopefully things will get back to some semblance of normalcy sooner or later, because it is getting rather depressing. I think we can all agree it's making me go mad. In fact, if I had a frenzy meter above my head right now, I feel like I'm almost close to getting my brain exploding.
If you need, I was about to say, you can't give gifts in Bloodborne. Take a sedative, bro.
I wish I could have some sedatives. Oh, that'll be fun.
Speaking of this year, it's weird, but I met like Oldhunter and Tony Vinland as well.
Yeah,
like this year.
Actually, if you think about it, it has I feel like it has. I've started a podcast now. We do it every so often, and it's been quite entertaining, in my opinion. Talking to other people, and hopefully getting some other people on this place before the New Year's. By the way, I think this will be the last podcast for this year, so don't expect anything for the next 2 weeks, because I think I'm going to be having a busy schedule.
Oh no!
As much as I'd like to have the idea of a Christmas podcast. Yeah, we got families to be with, and we gotta just look ahead for the new year.
So you say families to be with. I'm just looking for anybody that I know that has a PS5.
I want a PS5 myself. I would kill for a PS5 now. Like, seriously. I want to, as soon as I get a PS5 and I get my hands on Demon's Souls, you can bet yourself I'm gonna stream and play it.
Oh, for sure. Definitely. I know. Vinland probably be on when we're on. We can probably do like troll builds or something like that.
That would be pretty.
He has because he's farmed like all of the rare stones, and we can just like forge anything we want. Like,
if Vinland's wants to share his stones with the three of us who will be noobs.
Yeah.
But also,
made sure to go and gather everything for you guys, so you wouldn't have to worry about it.
That would be lovely.
But also, from what I've told, there's no when you matchmake with people with password, there's no stat debuff. So if you went in with your like 1 billion luck stat,
yeah, just hop out from behind in a full penetrator outfit. Yeah, the blue blood sword. Just allow me to introduce myself.
But speaking of penetrators outfits, good job in collecting that thing, because I hear it's a nightmare to collect.
Oh, yeah, 2 full days of grinding those coins in the fractured world, trying to get my tendencies back and forth. I actually had to get a guy to help me out with it, because I had to summon him and then invade him over and over to bring my tendencies all the way back and forth.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I cannot wait to figure out how that worked. Re-study the world tendency, because I got the game after its service cut down, so I had no experience with the world tendency system. So I'm going to be going in. This will be basically like, even though I played the original Demon's Souls, this will be a fresh new take on my part.
See, the best thing I'm gonna have to tell you is, as soon as be like, this is the overview, right? So what you do is you turn off the game's online capabilities.
Mm-hmm.
You go through the game in your soul form and get all the worlds white. Do all those events. Do fracture mode, get all the coins, and then die in those worlds in human. So make sure you have like people to summon, or you have Stones of Ephemeral Eye. Get yourself to black. Do all those tendency events and do all the coins. And then I'm guessing it takes multiple playthroughs to get all those coins. So
by the way, actually, no, 1 playthrough, because they found 2 new coins in the game.
And how many do you need for that key?
You need 26.
Basically they found 2 new coins, making it 13. So you only need to go on New Game Plus 1 to get the armor.
But you still got to do the white tendency event,
Yep.
the black tendency. You still have to do that's still a grind.
Actually, the key actually continues on to New Game Pluses. So there's a theory. Maybe you could drop the armor on to us, because key. What?
You can't drop the armor.
What?
The armor does. Yeah, they made it so you can't drop the armor. I actually looked at that too.
So then, at least
to put the work in.
At least they actually put, as they say in Dark Souls, prepare to die. We're gonna. Oh god, I'm gonna have my
He's
work.
not even prepared to die because the enemies are killing. He's prepared to die because he had a suicide so much in the freaking world.
Oh god, I think honestly, maybe this would encourage to make Demon Souls 2, because Miyazaki did plan on continuing the game until
Look, just make that art. Just go. Just Blue Point. Hey, call up Miyazaki. Be like, hey, can you give us your draft of the Artstone, and we'll sell it for $30 DLC. We'll make so much money.
15. But then again, I'd pay $30 for the damn thing because
I know. Like I'm saying, even if it's not worth $30, I will definitely pay $30. I'm not even I will pay $30 if you make the 6 Archstone DLC. I'm not even I know that's expensive because Old Hunters wasn't that much, but I'm telling you, I would.
It was 15 if my memory serves me.
And that was the best, in my opinion, the best DLC that From Software made.
It was a masterpiece. That was.
I'm still bitter that Bloodborne didn't win Game of the Year.
Well, that's because the game journals can't deal with it. They got stuck on the. Was it Central Yarnum? Yeah.
I think The Witcher 3 won Game of the Year.
It did win Game of the Year, but I'm a little bit mixed because I get it. The Witcher is now a popular series because it had but Bloodborne is unique. It has its own style, its own gameplay. Heck, just a little bit on the Doom, the Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal.
Mm-hmm.
It's been stated that the developers of id Software actually loved Bloodborne. That that the Doom's gameplay was actually inspired by Bloodborne. The whole
Oh, that's true. Martin Stratton, I think he's called. He's a big fan of Bloodborne.
Mm-hmm.
And stuff. Yeah, he was talking about it in an interview I think it's a year ago now. When I think it was interviewed by. I'm not too sure if it was Skill Up or No Clip. I think it was No Clip that had an interview with him, and he was saying how much of a fan he was of From Software.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to introduce the mechanics into there.
Activision. Well, let's face it. Activision, EA have 2 Souls-likes under their belts. For EA, Jedi Fallen Order, and for Activision, Sekiro. Though one is from the authentic, the other is just a copy.
I was about to say though, but that's the thing. Activision, even though technically that's an Activision Souls-like game, it's still, from the bloodline.
Yeah,
it's still from
Soft. Not copycat like what EA did. Thank goodness they didn't do. Do you think they would have ever funded Sekiro? Nah, they probably wouldn't. Because it would have.
I'm just surprised Activision didn't have any all the DLCs for Sekiro were absolutely free.
Be thankful for that.
I'm surprised.
I'm grateful that Activision didn't get its slimy little hands on it and decided to put loot boxes in Sekiro. Otherwise, my tone would have been completely different.
Well, not only that, is but From Software said, but there's not going to be no loot boxes in there either. Because I think around that time, From Software had an interview talking about Activision and saying how much they don't want none of the scummy stuff in there.
I'm just honestly, when I saw the Sekiro trailer and it had Activision on there, my first thoughts were loot boxes. And that's kind of sad, isn't it? That when you see a certain game studio, you now think, oh no, what are they going to do to Sekiro to make it a loot box infested pay-to-win mess of a game?
I just love how Sekiro, we feared that was going to happen, and then Blue Point released Demon Souls, and then it had pre-order bonus. I'm like, No.
That's-
I'm still mad about that.
we're all mad about it. By the way, Vinland, how were the weapons? By the way, the exclusive DLC Digital Deluxe Edition weapons.
Well, I mean, it's shitty that they did it, undeniably, but
Well,
balance it to where
none of us. Sorry, go on.
at least they balance it out to where you can't upgrade the weapons, and they're not really useful past like 1-1 and 1-2, basically.
Doesn't help the fact that it's still shitty that they. Shitty that they.
Undeniably, it was terrible, but at least they're not like overpowered. They won't really carry you far through the game.
Oh, if they were overpowered, I think all of us would be singing a different tune, and that
to be
tune would
fair,
have
though,
been.
they have the red-eyed knight armor.
I know. I know.
And how's that functionally? Is that like comparable to like the blue-eyed knight armor, or is it like
from the neck down? It's the exact same armor set with a different name, and you're basically just paying $20 for a helmet at that point.
Well, at least they. I swear, Blue Point knew that the people were going to buy the game, and they purposely did it. You know what? I honestly think they should. Fine. They want to put something like pre-order bonuses. Fine, but put it like give it a statue, give it something that's actually physically there. Look, as much as those are scummy as well, they at least have something nice to decorate your house, not something that is in your game and for basically, I don't know, that affects gameplay.
But Carl,
Like,
They also did it with,
please.
Trooper, you going to say something?
yeah, they also did it with Shadow of Colossus with the horse stuff. Yeah.
Mm.
On the bar and everything.
Shadow of the Colossus have that? I did not know.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I didn't know till a few months ago until I checked the online store.
Blue Point makes
Shadow
great
of
games,
Colossus.
but they're scummy. Can we agree on that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I wouldn't go as far as say that they're scummy overall. I say they make scummy choices.
Yeah. We'd also blame Sony for this. We could also put the blame on Sony because they also have to authorize it.
Yep.
So we can blame Sony because they knew the fans were going to buy Demon Souls because it was a game that everybody and their grandmother wanted to be remake. And basically, they thought, let's just charge people for the fanboys because they're going to be pocketing a few whales.
Saying that as well, a lot of people in the community was calling it a cash grab as well.
It is a cash grab.
Because I liked the cosmetics and the weapons with it as a pre-order.
It looks so cool, but I can't play with them now because you got to buy the deluxe edition.
And then this is another thing. They could have just made it so like you can get it, but like you can like have farmed them from like the red-eyed knights, or from the gold skeletons. I feel like you could have made it so they like drop, even if it's a rare drop.
Or you could have basically had the shield from phalanxes be a weapon, be something you got to go to the blacksmiths to make. That would have been perfectly fine.
Lol. Oh, you don't want to make a scraping spear, you want to make a shield? Also, that's why... Okay, something I saw in the wiki, right? The phalanx shield has a 90% fire.
Hello? Technical issues again. Sorry about this. Technical issues again on my end. I think as soon as I get back, I'm just going to have to quickly end. I'm just having issues. I think it...
That was a great shield.
Sorry, guys. As much as I'd love to continue this, I think we got to end the stream because my internet is acting up again. So, sorry about cutting this stream short. But anyway, thanks for joining us. Thank you, Vinland. Thank you for Knight. Thank you, Trooper. It's a pleasure. Sorry about technical issues, guys. But until we meet again, may all of you have a good hunt. Bye, guys.
And you,
Umbasa.
Merry
Umbasa.
Christmas.